Shalom Aleichem, everybody. This formula is really a blueprint, is really a clear directive and a clear way to bring the Mashiach and to bring the third temple, which will be a time of pure godly revelation, the time that was promised to us, that was prophesied to us, the coming of Mashiach, the redemption, a time with no suffering, no death, no jealousy, no wars, no illnesses. We could learn by way of extraction. We could learn how to build the third temple and also the coming Mashiach, because we know Mashiach and the third temple will come together, directly correlated and connected. How do we learn the formula to bring Mashiach? We have to just look at exactly what caused the second temple and the first temple to be destroyed. What caused the second temple to be destroyed? The last temple we had. What caused the second temple to be destroyed? And by looking at what caused the second temple to be destroyed, if we rectify that and we do the opposite of that, we will bring the temple. It's clear mathematics. So, what destroyed the second temple, my friends, was baseless hatred, sinas chinam, which means hating beyond reason, hating with no reason to hate. People had an overflowing hatred towards one another without justifiable reasons. It was not appropriate hatred. It was not for a specific reason. They were hateful. So therefore, in order to undo that, and to rectify that, and to bring the Mashiach with that, is through doing the exact opposite. And it's called avat chinam, baseless love. Loving somebody beyond reason. And this is truly how we bring the Shekhinah upon Israel, as we say. And this is the Tanach explains this in his Hasidic discourse on the mitzvah of loving your fellow. Tanach explains the deepest Kabbalistic secrets and Hasidic secrets of this mitzvah. One of them explains that we're all one body. All of the Jewish people are one soul. We're just different parts of the same soul. Just like I have a nose, I have ears, and all these organs that I have are still part of my body. They're one. They're different parts, but they're really ultimately just one thing. They're the same thing. So too, all of our souls are really one. We're all connected. Therefore, if we are hating one another, we are separating ourselves from ourselves. We're cutting ourselves off from each other, and we're one unit. We're blemished, God forbid. And just like you can't when you want to bring a sacrifice in the temple, the sacrifice that you bring cannot have any bruises or blemishes. It has to be pure, unblemished. And that's the only way that God accepts this offering. So too, how does Hashem accept us before Him and reveal Himself to us? The only way He could dwell among us is if we are united and there's no blemishes among us, meaning no hatred between us. The second there's hatred, even the slightest bit of hatred between us, it causes a blemish among Israel, God forbid, and there's no revelation of God upon us. Therefore, we have to use this, extrapolate and act upon this idea to, instead of baseless hatred, baseless love. Meaning even when somebody does something that maybe is not worthy of your love, and in fact maybe is worthy of, God forbid, the opposite of love, like according to your own calculations, you nonetheless show love towards that person and acceptance, and you overcome yourself, overcome your intention, your desires within yourself to be angry with this person or to be hateful towards this person. You overcome yourself and you show love towards this person. You're literally bringing Mashiach. Literally, you alone are bringing Mashiach. You specifically you alone could bring Mashiach by doing that, because that's one of the most challenging things, but really it's the greatest opportunity. And really, when you realize that, why Hillel HaZaken, Hillel the elder, a tremendous leader among our people from over 2,000 years ago, he was asked, what is the Torah? And he said, the whole Torah is to love your neighbor as yourself, and the rest is commentary. So how could it be? That's a mitzvah between man and man, humans towards each other. There's mitzvahs between us and God, like Shabbos, and there's mitzvahs between man and their between fellows. So how could it be that that's the greatest mitzvah, that's the really, in a sense, that's the Torah in a nutshell, and the rest is just the development of that? The answer to that, my friends, because when you're loving your fellow, you're really loving Hashem. When you hurt your fellow, who are you really hurting? You're hurting the Almighty. The Almighty feels our pain greater than we could ever dream of feeling our pain. So if God forbid you harm somebody It's the Almighty Himself who's being hurt, who's being attacked, God forbid. And when you think about it that way, it really refreshes your mind to be very careful and focused in your mitzvah, in fulfilling the mitzvah of loving your fellow. And we know that this is really how we work on ourselves. Truly, when a person is really happy, when a person is really refined and a person has really purified themselves, they're open to others. They're accepting of others, even if they disagree with somebody else. Especially when they disagree with someone else, they love that person because they adore that person, because that person is a part of them. So a parent loves their child. A healthy parent adores their child, even when they disagree with their child. In fact, the disagreement, because they love their child so much, they don't just accept them when they disagree with them. They want to figure out a solution, but in a loving way. The disagreement never contradicts the love. And I think we have to really focus on this idea. Really internalize this idea, because this is what's going to bring the Messiah, my friends. We know that hate destroyed the temple. So love will build it. And it's about love. And loving your fellow brings you to love your Creator. We know that God reveals Himself through everything around us. And we have to find God within everything. So we show love to our fellow. We build a love for God within ourselves as well. And we know that the temple will be built, and the Messiah will come, and will be a pure unit. We will have no blemishes, and the Almighty will reveal Himself to us. We'll see our Master, as prophesied in the book of prophets. Your eyes will behold your Master. Your Master will no longer hide Himself from you. We will see Hashem. That's the best possible pleasure. So may Hashem bless you all. Let's get ready for this revelation. A little bit more today, and before tomorrow Mashiach will come. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. You can help support us at the Torah Channel. You can make a donation today to help us further our spreading of Torah. And may we experience the ultimate redemption immediately. God bless you all.